Hi everyone, it's Derek here from Huddle Up. We all know we learn best when we learn by taking action together, and when we learn from each other along the way. That's why we're really excited to share 2 new data features we've added to the Huddle Up platform that help teams and organizations collaborate and learn together. First, let's review a few of the basics of the platform, and then we'll share the new dataset features. As you probably know, Huddle Up's unique model is built to go beyond the current model of passive comprehension based on sharing videos and quizzes. Instead, Huddle Up learners are encouraged to share how they would take action with their learning by sharing ideas to solve specific problems. Once these solutions are shared within the Huddle Up platform, users can then leverage the power of interactive feedback to give each other's solutions feedback data based on best practices. In Huddle Up, these opportunities to share actions are called runs, and they're outlined here in red. In this simple example, each run is followed by a huddle, outlined in purple. In a huddle, users can give feedback to each other. Here's an example of how this interactive model builds a learning community. In this screenshot, we can see that Nikki has shared her solution to a problem by sharing some brief text, an attachment, and also a video. After her submission, her peers gave her feedback from a customized rubric based on best practices. These rubric scores are aggregated so Nikki can see her overall areas of strength and weakness, and each individual piece of feedback is shared as well. Now, we kept hearing from organizations who wanted to leverage this data to tell a more robust story about their organization's learning. And we want to give a special shout out to Valparaiso University, who helped collaborate with us to add these 2 new features. With these additions, we can now give any organization and every learner within it a deeper, data-rich story about their learning. The first feature allows each learner to compare their average rubric scores to those scores received by their peers. In this example, you can see Nikki's score compared to the group's average for each of the 4 criteria included on the feedback rubric. Notice that Nikki received the same feedback score, 2.7, from her peers on criteria 1 and criteria 3. However, Nikki's score for criteria 3 is actually better than the group's average of 2.5 for that criteria. And while this first feature allows for relative data comparisons on individual tasks, our second feature allows that story to be told over a much longer time period, the entirety of the project itself, measured against whatever goals you have for your organization. To explain how this works, we need to take a step back and show you how project leaders set up projects to measure these organizational goals, which we call categories. As project leaders create their customized rubrics, you can edit and add rows and columns as needed. As you can see, they are now given the option to attach a key category for each of the rubric criteria. As you can see in this example, there were 10 options, and this project leader chose to assign a few rubric criteria to specific categories through this pull-down menu. This process can be completed over multiple rubrics, and the scores from each assigned category are compiled to give each learner a deeper perspective into how effectively they are meeting the organizational goals with the solutions they are sharing. In this particular example, it allows a user like Nikki to see that she is exceeding the group's average in terms of the 3 categories measured throughout this project: ideas and creativity, critical thinking, and the clarity of her communication. And of course, the project leader is able to track and download all of this data through the duration of the project to better understand each learner and how well the entire team is meeting each of the organizational goals. The data tells a story, and we're excited to see how organizations will customize these features to help each user and the organization as a whole build a stronger learning community that can learn from each other as they improve how to better meet organizational goals. If you're looking to learn more about innovations like this, reach out and tell us your ideas for how you might customize this for your context. We'd love to learn more about how Huddle Up can help focus your learning community on taking action to target your team's goals. Thanks, and we look forward to connecting.